company eto Christmas trees mienu a ne bosom about 78,000 Ghana cedis. Sacut aha mame amen di kan busa no na fe yemfa nkomo ne nhase. Sacut memo aha eda se bebre ne mra wanya mame.
Thank you very much for my brother. Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see, bro. Now edena a t-shirt we
breaking the heist.
Oh, okay. We tire. Hashtag we tire.
That's right.
I see. Yeah. So take me from the top.
Yeah.
What informed the petition you sent to Shraj?
Well, I mean, we all can remember that when this matter came up in.
So, what did you remember from my own? Try. When you say, I need to sharp.
Yeah. Like I said, 2021.
Yeah.
Christmas time. A story where he said, a Ghana airport company, Kakraka.
You speak English and
they used a lot of money to go and buy Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And the amounts involved, according to Paul Adom Otchere himself at that time, a total 118,000 Ghana cedis. Now, the public was outraged, really outraged. Obia Bofu said, how can you spend this money for trees, common trees,
Christmas trees?
And the outrage was so much, and yet I as a journalist like you, when I sat down and followed the whole story, I realized that this is one of those stories that are going to just die a natural death. Because so I said, no, this story cannot die a natural death.
Yeah.
And the only way to make sure that this story is alive is to take it to some institution to and ask them to investigate further. So at that point, I thought Shraj was the best place to prevent this story from dying a natural death. Today, I'm sure you all testify that if I had not got the Shraj, nobody would talk about this matter again. The matter will be dead.
Yeah.
So this is what informed my decision, first of all, to go to Shraj. But also as a journalist, Paul Adom Otchere, who is also a public officer at the same time, who's on TV and holding people accountable, public officials accountable, he must be above reproach. So you and I are sitting here today with a journalist. I am a political journalist. Yeah. If a government comes and appoints me, I will gladly take that position. If they appoint you, I don't have any problem with them. Correct. But as a journalist, if you get into that public office, you have to live above reproach because you have to be judged by higher standard. Because before you got the office, you are the one who was criticizing public officers. So you cannot now get an opportunity and you do worse and abuse the office. So I thought, listen, if this guy as a board chairman went to the extent of getting involved in public procurement, then he's abusing his office.
So one, abuse of public office is one of the issues.
That's right.
Which other one?
Then I also thought, look, how can you, because the public procurement law is very clear, the Act 663, that if you are making any purchases with public funds, as long as the money is, the cost involved is up to 100,000 Ghana cedis, it must go through the procurement process, which means tendering, bidding, advertisement of the process. And none of this was done. So, and then I realized that they cleverly, or they thought they were clever, split the amount into two, between two companies, which means none of the companies
went beyond the threshold.
That's right. So I thought that they were trying to be clever, but they knew they were breaking the law. So I said, look, this is clear that they are breaking the law. So I went to Shraj, and if you check my reliefs, there were 3 main reliefs. I said, Shraj must investigate and establish and declare that this guy abused public office.
If you say this guy, I think it would be fair to use his name.
Indeed, or even the defendant, Paul Adom Otchere. He's abused public office. He's gotten himself involved in the breach of the procurement law. And also corporate governance. He's breached the corporate governance principle of code, because you cannot be a board chairman and you get involved in the day-to-day running of the company. That is for management. Board chairman, your work is different. So to interfere means that you are breaching corporate governance principles. And so I wanted Shraj to declare this and also then surcharge or order the company, that the Ghana
Airport Company,
to surcharge him for the amounts involved. The amounts that were involved in this procurement process. Because the procurement law says that if you breach the law, you are liable to 1,000 penalty units or 5 years imprisonment or both. And so I wanted Sraj to recommend him to the appropriate bodies like OSP or Attorney General for them to further investigate and prosecute him.
Okay.
So I asked for all these reliefs. And Sraj gladly took my petition. They invited Paul Adom Otchere. They invited the Minister of Transport, the Ghana Airport Company, etc. Paul Adom Otchere refused to go to Sraj for over a month. They had to subpoena him before he went to Sraj.
I see.
When they subpoenaed him, he appeared in Sraj. They asked him for various documents.
Okay.
If you look
at the report,
you see
I see a list of documents.
They asked him. Now, Sraj says that he didn't submit any of these documents. He didn't submit any of these documents. Report. But then he then went away, and 4 months later, he then wrote a written reply to Sraj as his response to my petition. And listen, these are the 2 or 3 things that he put up as his defense. The first thing he was saying to Sraj was that, as a matter of fact, even though on his TV show he used the word procurement,
yes,
but that me, the petitioner, I did not understand what he meant by procurement, and that he was
or say your understanding of procurement, as procurement.
That's right, but it's not about me, my understanding or your understanding. Procurement law has one meaning for procurement.
Yes,
he went further to say that, therefore, because I don't understand the procurement, and there's no issue of procurement breach. So Sraj should explain to me and the public that there's no procurement breach and that my petition is unmeritorious.
Because Utie Paul Adom in response now.
That's right.
Or say, all refer in your petition to in same your account on the show. No,
yes.
Now you dwelt on the fact that he used the word procurement.
Yes.
Or say the word procurement, is not in reference to the procurement as we understand it under the Procurement Act.
Yes.
Or sounds also say it is not procurement no more.
That's right.
Now rather what they did is rental.
That's right. Very good. So we'll come to that because we looked into all that and told him that whether you are renting, you are buying, you are leasing, it is all procurement. So that one, Sraj dismissed all that is dancing around the word procurement.
But Sraj also identified a problem that indeed, Fair Procurement Act 663 now, it doesn't even define procurement.
No, but it doesn't say it doesn't define it. It's not very clear. But Sraj says that Sraj went as far as going to quote different jurisdictions to let Paul understand that this is procurement.
Okay.
Renting is procurement. That is the reason why they finally determined that the Ghana Airport Company Limited since 2018 has breached the procurement law.
Yeah.
So as for the clarity, that's very clear. Correct. But Paul pretended that he didn't understand what procurement meant in the law.
Yeah.
He was using the word just advisedly, just not a technical meaning, and therefore it should be dismissed. Even when the return of Terence tried to dismiss my petition, he also claimed that I could have gone through the internal processes of written to them to, and Sraj said this is about corruption, suspected corruption, and this is the right place to come. So therefore, his 2 defenses, Sraj threw them out. Okay. In fact, he even said that this could be just an opportunity that I'm looking for to get my moment of fame. He actually thought that he is the one to make me famous. Which is very interesting because I have been known in this country for a long time. It's not you that will make me famous. I mean, to do a petition in Sraj to become famous, what is that? You think we don't know what we're about in this country? You think we don't have principles? We have values. When we pursue a cause, we pursue it because we know the impact it will make. And if you get to the end of it, you realize that Sraj even recommended that the Public Procurement Agency go to amend the law to clearly define it, to ensure that nobody will pretend that they don't understand procurement.
Let me summarize Sraj's decision.
Yes.
1. Mascuti, Sraj's decision I will take here. 1. Or say the Ghana Airport Company Limited should henceforth apply the provisions of the Public Procurement Act 2003 Act 669 as amended in the 663. I beg your pardon. As amended in the renting of Christmas inspirations and all renting situations it may engage in.
That's right.
The respondent should desist henceforth from commenting on procurement issues in the Ghana Airport Company Limited in the media, either in his personal capacity or as board chairman, as long as he remains on the board of the Ghana Airport Company Limited.
And that I was asking myself, does that breach any law? If someone is
conflict of
it's commentary.
That one is
yes, it's commentary. Yes,
It's not even a relief you sought.
no, it is not a relief. But Shraj decided to touch on that.
It was a relief. That is about corporate governance.
Corporate governance.
Principle.
Yes.
Because there's a PR unit of the Ghana Airport Company. So it's not the duty of the
board chairman
to be speaking on behalf of the organization.
But what I'm asking is that as a journalist, and if you are appointed a board chair of any state institution, and you come on air as you came to meet me here, I don't have the right to comment on the issue.
Like, the whole thing is this. Paul has a show or running.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. And he chose to use his show
To run commentary.
on the matter.
On behalf of the Ghana Airport Company.
On behalf.
Yes. That's why he was doing. That's what he did. On behalf. That's it. Don't do that.
The respondent, and this is the third one, the third decision I should you take here. The respondent should desist from interfering in the day-to-day administration of the Ghana Airport Company Limited and leave same to management. Paul interfere with the day-to-day
Because he got himself involved in procurement where he asked a certain company to submit invoices, and they even issued an invoice in his name.
They said attention.
That's right.
Paul Adom Otchere.
Yes, his name and the company's name.
Okay.
So he was involved in the procurement process.
Okay.
And you are a board chairman. That's not your duty.
4, and that's the last decision. The Public Procurement Authority should take steps to cause the amendment of Act 663 to clearly include an interpretation of the terminology procurement. So indeed, Procurement Act now. The act itself doesn't define the meaning of procurement in its entirety.
Yeah, look, but the Rice said that in addition to this, the Ghana Airport Company has over the years considered rental of Christmas trees as being outside procurement. Flowing from the evidence of officials of the company that appeared before the commission. For that reason, management has not been applying the provision of Act 663 as amended. We think that this is an anomaly and ought to cease forthwith.
That's true. Why
you reading that?
It's from the report. 80 per Shraj in 7 or canon Shraj. And I want to do. Me say me did bab tree. Me say ne be among for subit me follow and kakra. What kinds of see an say Shraj say. So all head documents are a better when efa previous procurements are woma ye ho a. Clearly, Ghana Airport Company emfa emrano so as per the Procurement Act 663 no, because me can report me who say omunya documents from the former MD regarding previous purchases
yes.
And all those purchases and let's be fair say it is not under Paul Adom Otchere as board chairman and omukoye procurement woman famra kwan no so.
It started from 2018 according to Shraj.
But 2018, Paul was not the board chairman.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
But the point I want to establish, and it's in all fairness, and yet Paul Adom Otchere tenure as board chair, and now some practice we started here in terms of abusing the Procurement Act. It has been a systemic thing now. For some time, thinking say if they call it rental, then over year free Procurement Act and I say.
Yes.
But the Shraj is saying say.
Even when it is rental,
and you're leasing.
That's right.
Once
it is public funds.
Exactly. You have to resort to the Procurement
Act. That's right. And Shraj said clearly also that even if a sponsor is giving the money for the pitches, that sponsorship money is for the public.
That's true.
It's for the company. You have given it to the company.
I mean, somebody has opted to sponsor the state.
That's right. Exactly. So the money belongs to the state. It's public funds.
It doesn't become private funds.
No, it doesn't.
Once it comes into public office, it's
and Brown also Shraj also observed that the splitting of the amounts in two for the two companies was in an attempt to go around the Public Procurement Act in order not to be caught in that 100,000 threshold. It is for this reason that Shraj was very clear that in fact, when you come and say that you don't think it is procurement, it's like you're being ignorant of the law. And yet, in your actions, you were deliberate in trying to avoid the law.
In fact, sir,
you see,
Mask.
So that's why
I'm looking at the conclusions.
You're looking at, okay.
And I want to ask Sacut one simple question.
Yeah, ask me.
You sought about 3 reliefs, Mubwa. Which of them are clearly Shraj grantee.
I think it is there. You can see clearly that, for example.
First of all, you said say almost established a book procurement act and also.
And that one has been established.
And per the first decision of Shraj, the Ghana Airport Company should henceforth apply the provisions of the Public Procurement Act. Clearly shows that Oman for Procurement Act.
Yes,
also.
yes. But you see, but I talked about the corporate governance, which they partly grant. But they are saying that Paul Adom Otchere did not, because I said in my petition that he breached several provisions. They are saying that he didn't breach several provisions, but he breached a part of the provisions, and that the breaching of the provision in terms of the Procurement Act is not him as an individual, but the organization.
Okay.
So that is
because he was acting on behalf of the organization.
That's right. Even though he was acting wrongly because he's not the MD, he was not supposed to interfere.
Yeah.
But as long as the liability is concerned, they cannot recommend him to be charged for the amounts involved.
Okay.
Because they have no evidence that he personally benefited.
Okay.
And also, he is not the company.
How does that make you feel?
Well, the fact is that, first of all,
that's a fair ruling.
I don't think it's a fair ruling.
Why?
Because you asked the man for documents. The man, you subpoenaed the document. Even in the Shraj's own report, you can read, he said he did not submit any of those documents. So if you say you didn't find evidence that he personally benefited, perhaps the evidence was buried in the document that he's hiding. Yes, because you subpoenaed him to bring documents, he didn't bring them.
But Shraj had several documents afterwards.
Yes, but you subpoenaed the respondent to bring documents, and he didn't bring them.
Documents are Shraj in Nya and they free.
Oh, but
was it from Paul?
Not from Paul, from the Ghana company, from Ministry of Transport, etc. But the documents they asked Paul to bring, he didn't bring them.
But if documents are Paul from Rano and one a ministry in the company need to buy, is it not enough basis for Shraj to say only reason to charge him because on the face of the document, but evidence being was he personally benefited?
Okay, very good. So let's even grant it.
Okay.
But are you saying that if you say that there has been a breach of the Procurement Act or law, nobody takes responsibility for that breach? It's okay for the company to decide to breach the procurement law and there's no consequences. All you say is that go and sin no more. You're from Miami. Go and sin no more. That's all they did. You say you're guilty, but go and sin no more.
So don't do it again. Say Obika say Shraj was not emphatic. Say Omu breachy procurement law now. Only by arguing because what kind of first decision now? It doesn't say so Omu procurement law.
Oh, but Bishop Brown,
Shraj is telling them to henceforth comply with the law.
Brown, I just read you the observations, and you are going to the decisions. What does the observation say? It is clear.
But the decision is based on observation.
Correct. So you cannot remove the observations from the decision. The Shraj is saying that in addition to this, the Ghana Airport Company Limited has over the years considered rental of Christmas trees as being outside procurement flowing from the evidence of officials of the company that appear before the commission. And for that reason, management has not been applying the provisions of the Act 663 as amended. We think that this is an anomaly.
So to that extent, so emphatic.
An opinion.
Well,
we think that.
At the end of the day,
it's an opinion.
It's an opinion. What about the decision? It's not opinion.
Yeah.
It's not opinion.
The decision is also an opinion.
What I say, it's not opinion.
But the man.
But they are working according to the law. The Shraj did the investigation according to the law. They are the constitutional body, right? So my point is that
we are disappointed, sir. No corruption was found against Paul.
I think that,
especially with the point two.
I think there was a cover-up.
Oh, by who?
I don't know.
Get closer to the microphone.
Listen, I think there was a cover-up.
Okay.
Because the whole document is full of backing. Then when it came to the decision, no backing, no biting. So it's like a barking dog that barks and everybody's saying, then you're going to bite, and at the end of the day you don't bite. Because at the end of the day, perhaps, we all know that Paul Adom Otchere is a hatchet man of this government. We know. First of all, he works for this government because he's appointed by President Akufo-Addo. There's no journalist in this country who has defended corruption in the MPP more than Paul Adom Otchere. So the MPP government has every reason to protect him and to prevent him from being hanged. Because you can't write the whole report that when you read details, the report says he has abused his office. So there's no punishment for abuse of office. I don't understand. So anybody can abuse our office and then they just go away.
You think Shraj decision is strong enough?
No, it is strong enough. It is strong. It is clear enough. But there is a bit of contradiction.
Okay.
You say the man is guilty, you say the company is guilty, but they should go and say no more. You have breached the law, but just go, don't do it again.
Now what expectation is saying?
My expectation was that Shraj will say, maybe special prosecutor, this
or recommending that
exactly, you can investigate further and take further decisions. But because of what they have done, now Paul Adom Otchere and his cohorts and those from CTFM and all these people.
Please.
Yeah, maybe because they are different stations, so they don't need to mention different stations. But they are public entity. I'm allowed to mention them.
Yeah, but cohorts.
Okay. Yes, cohort is not a bad word.
Not on my.
It's not a bad word. It is like you
understand where I'm coming from.
Okay, totally. But I'm saying that he and his allies, maybe this is a better word, they have taken a position. Oh, I have been cleared because Shraj has given them the opportunity to say they have been cleared. After all, now they look at the decision in isolation from the observations, from the investigations, which is totally wrong. You have to look at it in its entirety. So Shraj has given room for different for alternative reality.
Okay.
So Paul now is beating his chest that have been cleared. Meanwhile, the same report says you abused your office, that under your watch you breached the procurement laws. You went there to say that you don't understand procurement, and Shraj has educated you on procurement and said don't do it no more. Now my question is whether or not this Christmas that is we are already in, whether they have already gone to do rental.
And I said,
have they followed the law? So one of my interests is to follow up and to know that this Christmas 2023, that they are going by Shraj's ruling.
Whether they rented or they procured.
Whether they read his procurement.
It's procurement, yeah.
So whether they are going around the Procurement Act or they are going through it. Because
they'll be gifted.
Yes.
But even if it is,
you see,
there are rules governing that.
So my point is that Shraj did a very fantastic work. But then when it came to the point to decide, then they were wobbling. And I can totally understand.
You feel disappointed?
First of all, it took 2 years, 2 good years.
Yeah.
So for example, last year, the airport company went ahead and did another renter without passing through the procurement law because Shraj took 2 years to investigate this matter. 2 years. So that alone, I saw the feet dragging. And look, somebody.
Did you appear before Shraj?
Yes, I did. After I submitted, I met them and we did some interviews.
Okay. So how many times did you meet Shraj?
Once.
Okay.
So if you then invite him and he doesn't come, you subpoena him by force before he comes. Then he goes away and takes 4 months to give you a reply. You can see clearly he has something to hide. Because otherwise, why are you dilly-dallying and doing all this?
Maybe he thought there was nothing to respond to.
But then eventually he went and gave a lame response where he was trying to teach Shraj about what procurement is.
He actually also told Shraj, he said Shraj should explain the meaning of procurement to the public.
Can you imagine the sheer arrogance? You know,
it's all in the report.
You don't even understand. But you see, I believe that he knows what procurement is. This is what we call corruption. He's pretending not to know what procurement is in order to be able to breach the law. So he was trying to then educate Shraj, telling Shraj to explain to the public. I mean, come on. I don't want to be personal, but I'm not surprised that this guy didn't pass his law exam because the guy doesn't
that is tangential. But I don't think so. It's a point you want to dwell on. Sacut, I think I'll thank you at this point. But so what's your next step from now?
My next step, look, I have invited.
Because you are clearly not satisfied with the decisions of Shraj.
But you see, the court of public opinion is different from Shraj.
Okay.
And I believe more in the court of public opinion.
Because why didn't you send the matter there to the court of
No.
Sagut, to be fair to building state institutions, you saw the need to go to Shraj. You did same. Now there is a ruling on the matter. Now you feel like if there's still some rules that need to be plugged, is it the court of public opinion?
But I'm making my point. But you can never eliminate the court of public opinion from anywhere because at the end of the day they will decide. But I'm saying that I'm inviting the special prosecutor. This is within his remit.
Do you want to petition him too?
I think that he doesn't even need to be petitioned. When the minister for sanitation was found wanting with millions in the house, nobody petitioned him.
Yeah.
He went after it. I will expect that he and his agents are listening. They should go after Paul Adom Otchere. They should take the report and investigate further and prosecute him. But if he doesn't voluntarily, I will consider petitioning him with this report.
Okay.
But in the meantime, I'm happy that at least a determination has been made that the Public Procurement Agency should change the law or amend the law.
Amend the law.
Including a clear definition of
procurement.
so that people who are confused like Paul Adom Otchere will not be confused next time. At least this is a contribution to the fight against corruption.
Many thanks to
and
you.
I'm satisfied.
May the Asibebre, Sacut Amega, Etego, and Aten in Kano, or petition Shraj, for Christmas trees, Munua, Ghana Airport Company Limited, Etoye, 2 years ago. Edidi Brunya, Sacut. He's a soldier, man.
And now he has petitioned the court of public opinion.